This video is about the War of the Fifth Coalition. France and the Confederation of the Rhine fought against Austria and the United Kingdom in the year 1809. There were previous Napoleonic wars. Important in this context are the wars of the Third and the Fourth Coalition. France defeated Austria in the War of the Third Coalition. Then, in the War of the Fourth Coalition, Prussia and Russia were defeated. Prussia was then too weak to play a major role on the European stages, and Russia was forced to become an ally of France. The only two major powers opposing Napoleon Bonaparte were the United Kingdom and Sweden. This meant that Napoleon Bonaparte and France were on the peak of their power. But since 1807, France fought against Portugal, a British ally, and Spanish guerrillas on the Iberian Peninsula. Austria actually prepared for war. They undertook reforms after their defeat in the War of the Third Coalition, but these reforms did not go far enough. Furthermore, the Austrians had some assumptions. In hindsight, they were very much flawed. Anyway, they thought France is too much engaged in Spain to be able to quickly react in Germany. And furthermore, early victories over French forces will trigger people's revolts in Germany. Now, with these assumptions, the Austrians invaded Bavaria, an ally of France. There were no uprisings, there were no rebellions, with one exception, the Tyrolean rebellion, which was fought very harshly and very severely. Furthermore, the Austrians invaded Italy and Dalmatia, but were pushed back very quickly. One of the few theatres where the Austrians were actually successful was in conjunction with troops from Brunswick. They operated successfully in Saxony, but that was not a major theatre of war. Furthermore, the Austrians launched a campaign against the Duchy of Warsaw, a French satellite state just established shortly before this war. But this campaign failed because the Polish were very happy to have a state again after a long time, and there was a fierce, rebellion now against the Austrians. Now Napoleon advances, he moves towards the Austrians, and he could win the battles of Regensburg, so the way towards the Austrian heartlands was open, and the French again occupied Vienna. But the war was not over yet. There was the Battle of Aspin, and the Battle of Aspin was won by the Austrians, and that meant it was the first defeat of Bonaparte in an open battle. This cost him dearly with regards to his reputation. He was not unbeatable, or not seen unbeatable anymore. But the battle caused very high numbers of casualties, so both sides had to reinforce. And then the next time, in the next battle, the Battle of Wagram, Napoleon was successful again and decisively defeated the Austrians. So they had to sue for peace. And to mention, there was a British campaign, but this came too late to make any difference in this war. And the Peace of Schönbrunn, 14th of October 1809, ended the war formally. Now, Austria had to feign further territorial losses. Bavaria gained Salzburg, Berchtesgaden and the Innviertel. The Duchy of Warsaw gained Western Galicia, and Russia, an ally of the French, gained Eastern Galicia. France gained now the rest of Dalmatia and Trieste. Furthermore, the Austrians had to pay contributions to France, and the Austrian army was limited to 150,000 troops. That meant Austria was severely weakened, but she survived as an independent country. And then, to appease Napoleon, the Austrians arranged a political marriage. Marie-Louise, the daughter of the Austrian emperor, should marry Napoleon. From the French perspective, the French Empire and Napoleon could secure the hegemonial position in Europe. But most of the European countries now, covertly, have very hostile feelings towards Napoleon. And this means Napoleon has passed his zenith of power, and further military confrontations should follow. That was the War of the Fifth Coalition in 5.